Taking a break, taking a breather, cutting it off, making it even. Take me to space, take me to Venus. Feel like I'm off, feel like a fever. Too many ghosts, too many demons. Tell me to go, take it or leave it. Tell me the road, bro, close doors
Don't
open
fight the
ever
pain,
so
crew.
slightly.
Don't fight the pain. Be one with it. Be one with your body. Be one with your mind.
How could it make a man go mad with it? Hand in hand with it, no use in that skin. And you're way too cute, no cap, no lies, room all black. And your eyes keep on embarrassing me. Every second, my ones I need an hour with you. And I need to know, is there room in the shower for two?
There we go. There is our workout for the day. So our first session of the day. So it's going to be 40 minutes free ride. So really nice and easy, low heart rate, just spinning. Perfectly in the fat burning zone. So yeah, no watt goal there. And then we'll go straight into 20 minutes at 300 watts. And then we're going to repeat that 5 times. So it'll be 5 hours, and then I just added 10 minutes at the end just to cool down. So this session shouldn't be too crazy, but the goal of the workout is it's gonna make me have to perform 300 watts, which was my Ironman goal race pace, under a bit of fatigue. So it's a really good way to get that training load and that stimulus of working at that wattage without doing, an insane session, because it's 20, 40, 60, quick maths, it's an hour and 40 of work at 300 watts, which if I think like 2 videos ago or 3 videos ago, I did a much condensed version of this. So it was like a 2-hour session, and we did 4 sets of 20 minutes at 280, 290 watts with only like 6 minutes in between. Those 280, 290 were 24 minutes. So that was like a similar time, slightly less, just a minuscule, tiny less watts. So this is like, I get 40 minutes of spinning in between each one. So, but it'll still be a decent session because it is such a long session. So I've got plenty of lollies, hot cross buns, still sipping my second coffee. Should be a good morning. And then we are gonna head to the pool for a swim. Yeah, so that's the session. So I better jump on and get stuck into it, hey? All right, let's get into it, crew. I haven't used erg mode in quite some time, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of giving me a bit of, I don't know if I can say PTSD, but it's bringing back some very painful memories. Just that style of workout on the screen. So yeah, we're just gonna start spinning. Get stuck into this bad boy. As you can see, it is light outside. I know, which is ridiculous, Jesse. Like, you're only starting your first session and it's already light outside. I know, guys, I know, I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in myself too. Now, I don't have work until 7 p.m. tonight. I've only got work from 7 p.m. to 10:30 tonight. So take the chance to have a proper sleep like normal people do, hey? Four shots of coffee done. If you're not having a double shot in your coffee, like, I don't understand. It's literally just milk. Like, it's like milk with a drop of coffee. I don't understand. Anyway, so this last week, it's been, I did my long ride, my 220k last Sunday. So yeah, it's only been a week since we last chatted. I know, but it feels like forever, guys. Yeah, the week's gone really good. Training's gone well. I had a couple extra shifts this week than I usually do, so, a couple things kind of got thrown out. Like, we just changed a bit, so looks like This week will only be like 17 or 18 hours of training, which still for me, like considering my workload, like I've still done like 35, 40 hours a week or something of work. So I feel like I've managed to manage my time quite well. But training has gone really good. We've had a couple like standout sessions. I managed 14K on the run on Thursday morning, so that's now my longest run in a year, so that's great that that's coming back. Definitely just having to manage the body though, because like it's learning how to run again. So there's a few little like niggles that kind of pop up, and just it's not actually just necessarily my knees, it's like the rest of my body has to learn to take that load again. So just trying to manage that and do my best to ease back into it, despite how much I just want to go out there and run 30K. So that's great. Had a really good bike workout 2 days ago. It was 3x4 minutes at, ended up being between 390 to 400 watts. So, you know, happy with that. And that morning I'd done some 110 kilo deadlifts on the trap bar, so in the gym. So like it was a power day, and I'd really obviously blunted my muscles with those trap bar deadlifts. So your peak power is gonna massively reduce. So to then still be able to, you know, hold 400 watts for 4 minutes, I was happy with, you know. That's good, because on fresh legs, that's like 430, 440 watts. So, and then we did, in that same workout, there was also 3 by like 11 second, just on Watopia sprints, going for the jersey. But it was planned, I didn't just add that. And yeah, it was between like 1100 to 1300 watts. So am I pumped with that? No. You know, like I want to get my peak power for like 10 seconds back up to around the 14, 15, 1600 watt mark. But given I had done those trap bar deadlifts and obviously everything else in the gym, and it was in those 4 minute in that same session, then it was good. It was a good session. So you know, quite a few like decent sessions getting strung together. So I'm feeling pretty positive, which is what leads me into this video. Slightly a long intro, but how do I plan? J-Doc, how do you plan on actually getting your professional license? And what does that involve? Well, I'm going to turn my fan on because I'm starting to sweat, which isn't a good sign for a 5-hour session. And then we'll get into it. So J-Dog, you've named this video, whatever I've named it, but something about getting my pro license. As things are starting to progress, my body's feeling good, I'm starting to return to running, I'm starting to think about returning to racing. And look, I view this sport very much as a business, because it is. I'm trying to make a living, right? So how do I want to tackle getting my pro license? I could talk for 5 hours on this topic of everything that's been going through my mind and how to best approach it. But I'm going to give you a little summary. So I could target specific races to get my pro license sooner rather than later. Now, what that achieves in the short term is getting me a title of professional triathlete, so I can tell people I'm actually a professional triathlete. I get free race entries, and that's really it. Like, I'm not going to be winning any big prize money until late next year anyway. Now, number two is I could not target the specific races and let the pro license kind of come to me, because I do believe that the pro license is a byproduct of results, which it is. So targeting the pro license means that I'm trying to control the uncontrollable. I am reliant, because in order to get your pro license, it is dependent on other people. because you either need to come within 5% of the top pro athlete's time, as well as be the number one age grouper in that race. So again, that's dependent on other people. Or you just need to apply. And in order to apply, you need to have race results to back that up. So you're going to need, if you can't get within 5% of that time, then you're going to need some like 3 or so top overall age group races. And ideally that'll come in both 70.3 and Ironman races to prove that you're capable over both distances. Now, for me, the first one, coming within 5%, which is an automatic qualification, is not possible. Only people that have come through development groups and have everything paid for them and they're not working full-time hours as well can achieve that. Like, I cannot, if I could come within 5% of the top pro's time, what does that say about our sport? Like, dude, I'm working full-time and he's supposedly training full-time. Like, so we need to be smart about this. So I then argue that letting the pro license come to me, doing races I want to do rather than targeting, like, say, courses where I know there's going to be no real good athletes, or hoping there's no real good athletes, so that I can then get my pro license, is boring. Whereas having the goal of, which my long-term goal is to be the best pro triathlete I can be, create the best content I can, and in the short term, it's to earn money as soon as I can, so that I can start to work less. So I argue that doing races I want, not rushing my return, say maybe going to Roth again next year, and maybe a fucking like win outright age group over there. Like, what a story that is, rather than, oh great, you know, Port Macquarie or Cairns or something. I don't know. There's so much more prestige in European races and those big races. So also I get to take you along for the journey. Let's go to Germany. Let's go to Nice. Let's race the best of the best. Try to be the best triathlete I can be. Let the pro license come to me, rather than just being another average pro triathlete. Now because this is a business, and there are so many up and coming pro triathletes in Australia that have no social media, no real content, they're not providing anything for people to follow along. They're going to miss out on brand opportunities and sponsorship. So I believe that being different, having a story to tell, is really important. Also, like, I love this sport for the epicness, not the pro license title. I love this because you're fighting tooth and nail and you travel in the world. Like, that's epic to me, not going to some small little race and kicking everyone's ass. Like, yeah, actually that sounds alright, but you know what I mean. Like, also everything in my journey so far has not been smooth sailing. From everything from being severely overtrained in Canberra about 4 years ago now, coming back from that, fee passing away, being on Survivor, then getting back to the fittest I've ever been. I was on track for, you know, at least an 8.5 hour Ironman in Challenge Roth last year, if not sub, and would have easily won the age group race. I then did a knee injury, which is now I'm 12 months deep in the recovery on that. So look, my story so far, it hasn't been a development squad, it hasn't been, everyone's got their own setbacks, completely. But I want to share my journey. And now, I like doing shit the hard way, because the hard way is the epic way, and the epic way has the biggest reward. That's why we do this sport, because it's hard. So the reward is epic. So let's do the hardest sport, the hardest way, and make it the most epic. Yeah, so this is a lot that's going through my mind at the moment. Now we are only 9 minutes from our first effort, so we better start getting in the zone, and we'll chat We'll chat later, guys. Chat later. Better start doing some work, eh? We got the tunes pumping. We're on 1 minute to go. Let's go, crew. I actually don't really know how this is gonna feel. So, doesn't matter if my heart rate goes bonkers either. We'll use that as a guideline, but it's all more about how my muscles feel. So if the legs are feeling all right, good luck to the heart rate. I don't really care about that for this session. I use it as a guide. I don't let it dictate my sessions. Let's see what happens, eh? Key is keep fueling during. Otherwise, the last one, she's gonna hurt. Let's go, crew. Let's go. Here we go. Pick up the cadence a bit, so when you hit it, let's go, crew. Just tap away. Feels pretty good so far. Who would have thought? First 20 seconds in, feels okay. Now cut to me at the end of this one, and I'm going to be drenched in sweat. Let's get to work. Had to quickly turn the camera on. Anne Berger just gave me a ride on, so must be hooking. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to name drop here hard here, even though he's forgotten who I am now. I briefly mentioned a bit earlier, and I think I've gone into it in other videos, but in 2021, when I was still in Canberra, that year I won every race I entered, including the Australian long course triathlon champs age group. Shortly after that, my coach was pushing me so flipping hard. No rest at that time as well. My stepmom, who really was a mum to me, she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. So I had a bit going on, you know, plus uni, plus working. And, you know, it goes both ways, but like I repeatedly, you know, reported I was exhausted. And anyway, I just remember rocking up to the track, finishing the warm-up, just like I could barely fucking walk. Like I was so shattered, and my main training partner at the time had also experienced the same thing, and man, she's never got back into the sport from that one coach. And Anne Berger and Ashley Gentle were in Canberra at the time, and he was hassling me to come out for a ride with him. Nah, jokes. I was hassling him. He's always been a big person I've looked up to. And we were out riding, chatting, invited me out for a couple more rides. And yeah, he really encouraged me to go my own way, coach myself. Because Ashley Gentle was going through a bit of that at the same time. And yeah, he helped me for about a year. Post that, just giving me some guidance on training. And yeah, I really appreciated that. My Oakley helmet that I wear, that was from him. And there's a secret I'm not allowed to say. I'm being sworn to secrecy by him, but there was a Zwift thing a few years ago. Let's just say I shattered all his power records. Yeah, I'll just leave you guys pondering what that might have been without saying, so he doesn't get in trouble with his sponsors. But yeah, anyway, 9 minutes to go. Focus, J-Dog. not a joke of a workout. I'm very grateful it's not a hot day, because I wouldn't be able to drink enough just to stay upright. There we go. There's the finish. Good work, crew. We're just going to spin now. Not going to lie, I felt it. As my heart rate shows. The legs felt it more so than the lungs, despite what it looks like with the heart rate, but yeah. That's good, that's just fatigue. That's what we want. Doing this session on fatigued legs. Perfect. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to finish it. I'm definitely going to do it all. It's just going to be maybe a tad more of a sufferfest than I was kind of expecting. That's right. That's what we love, eh? I'm so going to be falling asleep at work. Oh, I have to take a client to a disco, and he just boogies for like 2.5, 3 hours. So I'll probably be sitting there with the bangers, Taylor Swift pumping, just but I mean, if my boss is watching, no, I won't. I'll be ready to go for work tonight. I'll just have like another 800 milligrams of caffeine and I'll be flying. Somehow, why does the easy bit always go like way faster? Anyway, I should turn this on so you can see what's going on. There we go. Yeah, how am I already like 8 minutes into the recovery? But like that 20 minutes took forever. Anyway, I love lollies. That was a good one. I love like tubes. Good gear. So I'm probably going to race later this year. And I'm almost considering like even booking in for some races now. Even though like I can't run probably yet. These races I'm looking at are way later in the year. And with the way things have been tracking, you know, my goal is to be back up around 20k by the end of April. So, and it's April 6th. Yeah, so I'm probably going to look at potentially Sunny Coast 70.3. My brother lives up in Noosa, so like free of com. And then potentially, and that's in September, and then Melbourne 70.3 in November, potentially. And honestly, like, Ironman's where my heart is. Like, I just know that that's where, I just feel like that's gonna be the race where people are like, whoa, like where I do something really solid. I believe it's gonna be at an Ironman, because, you know, like, these pros, these new, like, it's bonkers. Like running 1:11s for a half marathon. I can't flip and do that. I've been off running for 12 months. But like running a sub 3 hour marathon, still, like, you know, it's not pathetic. Like I can manage that. Like, it's not that hard to get to that level. And like, yeah, like riding a sub 4.5, particularly, you know, busso course, if the winds are favourable, that should be very doable. Like the age group course record at busso is like 8 hours 40 something. Like, you know, obviously I haven't actually done a full Ironman yet, and I don't want to speak too soon, but like that time is easily achievable in the next, you know, 12 months. So maybe it won't be this busso, maybe it'll be the next busso, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I feel like Ironman I can get to that level quicker. So yes, I'm potentially thinking about those races. Also then next year, kind of a bit unfortunate, but I just work around it. Life happens like that. I've got 2 weddings in March. One's my stepsister's and one's my partner Ruby's sister's. So 2 big weddings in March. So that's when Geelong is. So unfortunately, that might be out of the picture, depending on the official date of it next year. Which is a bummer, because Geelong's definitely a race I'd like to target in the future, considering that's where I did my first ever 70.3, qualified for Worlds in my first race, and yeah, like I feel like, and then that's where, you know, I had an epic race in 2021 there, so, you know, I feel like I've got, I don't know, there's something there. I want to go back again. It's been a big milestone race for me, even though it's only been 2 milestones, but yeah, I'd like to have another crack at that. So yeah, like I'm trying to plan now what my return will look like when I'll race. I don't have all the answers yet on everything, on how I'm gonna approach the pro license and how I'm gonna, which races I'm gonna go back to. Am I gonna go to Europe next year? Do I stay here? But yeah, I guess I just wanted to share with this video, like, there's so much to it. So much to think about. I feel like, you know, because I guess I take this seriously. I take the fact seriously that I went and got a uni degree from the best uni in the country for that area, international relations, and in Canberra. Did my degree, did well, I haven't used it. So, like, I'm choosing this sport, so let's not muck about. Let's, you know, I'm not getting any younger. The years have slipped away. You know, I was right. I could have got my pro license in 2021, but I'm glad I didn't, with everything that's transpired. So, you know, the time's ticking. So let's make it count. And I know how quickly this can all disappear. Yeah, whether it's injury, life happens, you know. People pass away, things happen, money problems, sickness, yeah, everything happens. So right now, I'm pretty fit. I'm recovering from my knee injury. I'm healthy. Got a stable work. Now let's go. Let's not muck about, crew. Let's make this happen, eh? You can come with me. You can come with me. And you can be the ones that say, I followed Jesse way back. And you know what, just for you guys, I'll even, I don't know, what will I do? I'll give you a kiss on the cheek for following along. Nah, anyway, I'm going to put you away for a bit, and I'm going to actually do this workout. We got 26 minutes to the next interval. Let's get it, crew. The hard work starts now. Your brain really starts to go, do we need to do 300 watts? Do we need to do 20 minutes? Do we need to do 5 hours? Yes, bro. This is what separates you. Really, what's the risk here? Nothing. Just a bit tired tomorrow. This is all perfectly achievable. And if I can do this now, fuck, what can I do in 12 months, eh? This isn't just a hobby, a enjoyment thing for me. I'm here to effing destroy everyone. And this is how I'm going to do it. The time will come when, it'll be a pro race, maybe even an age group race, and the cameras are filming the front blokes. I'll have come from a swim deficit, and zoom, here comes this bloke. No one knows who this dude is. I'll let you in for a secret, it'll be me. I can barely put into words the fire in my belly. After everything the last few years have been I know that the training and the racing, that's the easy part. This is the easy part. This is what I do, is push myself for hours and hours and hours. And I'm literally going to die trying this. There is no half-assing it. There is no, I'm going to be a semi-pro and like half the other people out there. Nah. I am here to win, and I am here to dominate, and I am here to train harder than anyone else. And the time will come. The results will speak for themselves. In the meantime, I'll keep doing my thing, controlling what I can control. People will have their opinions. I've had sponsors in the past, come and go. A lot of which are there to squeeze every last bit out of you and have left in the trying times of the last couple years. And a lot of people who, I have people close to me that told me just 2 days ago, like, running isn't a job. You can't make a living out of running. You can't. A lot of people who I have no results over the last couple of years who ask me if I'm going to use my uni degree, if I'm going to, after my knee injury, people saying, maybe that's it. Maybe you gave it your best. I love this sport. I love it. I'm addicted. I even got asked by my partner's grandma if I'm a masochist the other day. And my reply was yes, I am a bit. I love pain. I find peace in their suffering. Complete peace for 20 minutes. I didn't think about anything else except censoring some words, some certain people in my head that I plan on riding very fast past. And anyway, you get the picture. J-Dog, calm down. Otherwise you will stop watching if you think I'm an absolute maniac. But I'll finish this session off. No ifs, buts or maybes. The fire is big, my friends. The fire is big. The fire is big. Last effort. Last 10 minutes. Look, the body knows it's done. 5 hours. Fair chunk at 300 watts. But, you know, my heart rate's saying 180s. But I feel good. Like, I'm at that point where I'm right at the borderline of any more and should be redlining. Like, would be head down, savage. But this, look, it's controlled. I can still talk. This must be Jersey. I don't know which prick took that. Because we're in erg mode. It's like a treadmill. The Wahoo holds it at 300 watts. So if you drop your cadence, she's all out. She's all over. Got to keep spinning. Otherwise, no comeback. Here we go. Jersey's back. Let's go. This is absolute money in the bank. Don't fight the pain, crew. Don't fight the pain. Be one with it. Be one with your body. Be one with your mind. Control your mind. Don't let it spiral. Focus on the task. Positive affirmations. Focus. It's going to do everything it can to get you to stop. You got to be more powerful. You got to tell it, I ain't stopping. We're all good. We're sweet. Then on race day, bro, been here a million times. Just got to execute. Finish strong. Good cadence. All the way. Right. Solid work, eh? 180 clicks, 5 hours, so 10-minute easy cool down. Just spin the legs over. Yes, this is a T-tail. Oh, I'm so sweaty. I'm going to leave you here, and then I'm going to have a shower, rinse all this sweat off, have something to eat, probably have eggs, I reckon, eggs on toast, something simple, like, oh, I've just eaten like a whole pack of lollies and like so much sugar. I'm done with sugar. I'll have some eggs and toast, I reckon, and then we'll jump in the car and head to the pool. So, see you in the car, eh? Good work, crew. Good work. We did it, hey? Wasn't that just a bit of fun? It's 2:51 p.m, so it's about 40 minutes, I think, since I finished my ride. Now we're just gonna head to the pool. Pool's only like 1 kilometre away, but I ain't walking 1 kilometre, so drive there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there's not too many people at the pool. And yeah, we're just gonna do about 2.5k, so pretty small swim. I've been doing a lot of fins in the pool because I'm still like building back up after that shoulder injury, or niggle is a better word for it, that I talked about a couple videos ago. Yeah, so the fins just really help with decreasing the load going through the shoulders. Well, particularly I'm worried about that one left shoulder. So yeah, just helping me increase my mileage without too much risk of further aggravating that shoulder. But yeah, it's been feeling pretty good. So happy with that. But also just trying to be patient and, woo, caught ya. And not do anything silly. So yeah, we'll just take it nice and easy, nice and cruisy, nice and aerobic, and enjoy what will hopefully be a relatively empty pool and a bit of a splash about. It also, I do think swimming after, particularly like, what was that, a 5 hour and 10 ride, is good. It helps. I like to incorporate some breaststroke, even just a couple 100 meters. Backstroke, I think, really good to help open up the shoulders. You know, even when you just been in those bars for 5 hours, that's a long time in that one position. I do think for injury prevention, swimming can be really beneficial post exercise, post riding, to open the hips, open the shoulders back up. So yeah, and she looks flipping packed. Whoo! I don't know if you can see, but that is the car park, and it is completely full. Rip. Oh well, we'll find a park, we'll get in there, we'll get stuck into it, hey? Swim's all done. Yeah, so it was 2.5k. All good. Felt good. I actually feel better now after the swim than I did before the swim, which is literally what I was just talking about before when we were driving here, is about how swimming can just really open your body up when you've been cycling like that for so long. So now we are going to just drive home, and then it's 4:06 p.m. now, so I've got to leave for work around 6:10 p.m. So I got about 2 hours from now till I have to head off to work, and then I won't get home until about 11:15. So she'll have been a solid day. That's a solid day. Pretty much 5 hours and 55 minutes of training today, so we can round that up to 6 hours. And then 3.5 hours of work, but it takes about 45 minutes both ways to get there and get back to my client this afternoon. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please like the YouTube, unless you thought it was absolutely horrendous. But somehow you stuck around to the end, so all right. chuck us a like. Please chuck a comment in there. Tell me what you liked about this video, what you want to see more of, and please subscribe if you haven't. Most of my viewers because like I can see the metrics like behind it, something like 85-90% of people that watch my videos haven't subscribed. So please subscribe, helps me out massively. Yeah, I don't have all the answers yet for what my approach to getting my pro license will be and what racing will look like at the end of the year, but I just wanted to take you through kind of the fact that I'm starting to think about it, the fact that I believe there's things to think about in your approach to yeah, I believe there is different ways to go about it, and I'm trying to just make sure that I do it the best way I believe I can. Also, apologies if you've watched some of these clips, particularly while I was riding, and thought, geez, he's an arrogant young man. I think that in order to push yourself to that level, you need to be a bit, I don't know what the right word for it is, but you got to have some self-belief. And so I guess I figure I'd share some of those thoughts with you that go through my head, but I apologise if some of that comes off as arrogant. But yeah, I think you've got to have a good level of self-belief to pursue a life as triathlete, and you got to be a bit savage to want to push yourself that much. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I shall see you at the next one, crew. Don't know what it will be yet, but thank you. Until then, see ya.